Life is full of choices. Some are easy, like what to eat for breakfast. Others are much harder. These hard choices are dilemmas. They make us think hard. They can cause stress. Dilemmas happen when no choice is perfect. Each option has pros and cons. This makes it tough to decide. We might worry about making the wrong choice. Everyone faces dilemmas. But the dilemmas themselves are different. What's a huge problem for one person might not bother another. This is what makes dilemmas so interesting. They show us how unique we all are. Why do we face different dilemmas? Every day we encounter situations that require us to make choices. These choices can range from the mundane, like what to eat for breakfast, to the significant, like deciding on a career path. But why do some decisions feel so much harder than others? Part of the answer is in our minds. Psychology helps explain this. Our brains are wired in complex ways, influenced by our past experiences, upbringing, and even our genetic makeup. These factors shape how we perceive and react to different situations. Our personalities, values, and biases all play a role. For instance, someone who is naturally risk-averse might find it challenging to take a leap of faith, while a more adventurous person might embrace the same situation with excitement. For example, someone who values security might struggle with a job offer. They might weigh the pros and cons, considering the stability of their current position versus the potential growth and opportunities of the new role. It might be a great opportunity. The new job could offer better pay, more responsibilities, and a chance to learn new skills. However, the uncertainty of a new environment can be daunting, but it could also mean leaving a stable position. The comfort of familiar surroundings and colleagues can be hard to give up. This internal conflict can make the decision-making process even more stressful. Their need for security makes this choice harder. The fear of the unknown and the potential risks involved can overshadow the potential benefits, leading to a prolonged state of indecision. Our biases also shape our dilemmas. We are constantly bombarded with information from various sources, and our brains tend to filter this information based on our existing beliefs and values. We tend to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs. This tendency can reinforce our current mindset and make it difficult to consider alternative viewpoints. This is called confirmation bias. It's a cognitive shortcut that helps us process information quickly, but it can also lead to flawed decision-making. It can blind us to other perspectives. When we dismiss or ignore information that contradicts our beliefs, we limit our ability to make well-rounded decisions. This can make it harder to see all sides of a dilemma. By understanding the psychological factors at play, we can become more aware of our biases and work towards making more informed and balanced decisions. Our past experiences also play a big role. Think of them like baggage we carry. This baggage influences how we see the world. It affects our choices and the dilemmas we face. For example, someone who was betrayed might have trust issues. They might struggle to open up in new relationships. Their past experience creates a dilemma in future situations. Our upbringing and relationships also matter. They shape our values and beliefs. This impacts how we approach dilemmas. What seems right to one person might seem wrong to another. This difference often stems from different upbringings. Section 4. Lost in translation. Culture adds another layer of complexity. It's not just about language barriers, but also about the different ways people perceive and interpret the world around them. When people from diverse backgrounds come together, they bring their unique perspectives, which can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or conflicts. It provides a framework for understanding the world. This framework is built from childhood and is influenced by the society we grow up in. It shapes our thoughts, behaviors, and interactions with others. This framework includes values, norms, and beliefs. These elements guide our daily lives and decisions, often without us even realizing it. They are deeply ingrained in our subconscious and can be difficult to change. What's considered right or wrong can vary greatly between cultures. For instance, a gesture that is seen as polite in one culture might be considered rude in another. These differences can lead to confusion and miscommunication. For example, in some cultures, family is paramount. The needs and desires of the family unit take precedence over individual ambitions. This can influence major life decisions, such as career choices or marriage. People might face dilemmas about caring for elderly parents. In some cultures, it is expected that children will take care of their aging parents, while in others, professional care facilities are more commonly used. They might have to choose between family obligations and personal goals. This can create internal conflict and stress. as individuals try to balance their own aspirations with the expectations placed upon them by their culture. In other cultures, individual ambition might be more emphasized. Personal success and achievement are highly valued, and people are encouraged to pursue their own goals, even if it means making sacrifices in other areas of their lives. Even within the same culture, subgroups exist. These subgroups can have their own distinct customs and traditions, which can sometimes be at odds with the dominant culture. These can be based on religion, ethnicity, or social class. Each subgroup brings its own set of values and norms, adding to the rich tapestry of cultural diversity. These groups often have their own sets of norms and values. Understanding and respecting these differences is crucial for fostering harmony and cooperation in a multicultural society. This can lead to different dilemmas. Navigating these cultural complexities requires empathy, open-mindedness, and a willingness to learn from one another. Section 5. Navigating the Maze of Morality. Many dilemmas have a strong moral component. These dilemmas often force us to make tough decisions that test our ethical boundaries. They are not just simple choices, but complex situations that require deep introspection and understanding of our core values. They force us to confront our values. When faced with a moral dilemma, we are compelled to look within ourselves and question what we truly stand for. This self-reflection can be both enlightening and challenging. They make us consider what we believe is right and wrong. It's not always black and white. Often it's a spectrum of gray areas that we must navigate carefully. This is where things get really tricky. The complexity of these situations can leave us feeling overwhelmed and uncertain about the best course of action. Two people might have similar values. They might both believe in principles like honesty, integrity, and kindness. But they might disagree on how to apply those values in a specific situation. This can lead to conflicts and misunderstandings, even among those who share the same moral framework. For example, both might believe in honesty. They might agree that being truthful is a fundamental value, but they might disagree on whether to tell a white lie to protect someone's feelings. One might see it as a necessary kindness, while the other views it as a breach of trust. Sometimes there's no clear-cut right answer. The path forward can be murky, with each option carrying its own set of pros and cons. This can create moral distress. The weight of making the right decision can be a heavy burden to bear. We might feel stuck between our values and the potential consequences of our choices. Navigating this maze of morality requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to understand different perspectives. Section 6. The Benefits of Perspective. Understanding why we face different dilemmas is important. It encourages empathy and understanding. It helps us see the world from other people's shoes. When we recognize the role of psychology, experiences, and culture, we judge less. We start to see dilemmas not as right or wrong choices. Instead, we see them as complex situations with no easy answers. This understanding is crucial in a diverse world. It helps us navigate disagreements with respect. It